Good morning, you guys. Greetings, all my dreamers and dreamers. It's your boy Mickey Fenty, aka Mickey Made It. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do to the channel. Subscribe right now. Y'all see the title? Before we even jump into this, I want to let you guys know I wanted to jump on yesterday. I had a toothache. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. Y'all know when them toothaches come in, it's just like you can't really, do what you want to do. So today I got a lot of surprises for you guys before we get into this live. I got a new animation dropping. It's really dope. I'm releasing it today. So you guys stay tuned for that animation, and make sure you guys subscribe. And if you want to support the brand, I don't have it on right now, but it's Inspired by Dreamzzz .shop. Get your beanies. And yeah, so when I had my toothache, I'm sitting there looking at things to watch. I came across this documentary on YouTube. I don't know what to think about it, but when it got to the end of this documentary, it made me look at Diddy completely different. Maybe I was blind to the fact from this in the beginning. Maybe this is just all put together. But did you guys see the documentary? Let me see I put the title up. It's Surviving Diddy, and it's by Swamp Stories. This is crazy. I mean, just the amount of things they put together to come to this conclusion of the things that he's been doing behind the scenes that we haven't been seeing. It's scary and crazy. Wow. I'm not. It's just. I guess this is all allegedly, but some of the things, like as far as just the whole bad boy era and him starting from the beginning, just becoming from a party promoter all the way up to a hip hop mogul. Those in between things that was going on. Oh my goodness. You guys, I don't know if, like I always told you, some people in hip hop, you'll have the highest powered individuals their power will be drawn from money. But outside of hip hop, there are other people that have power that money is not the reason why they have the power. They have power in different things. When I watched this Swamp Stories documentary, not only I don't want to say that he did anything to Biggie Smalls. I don't want to even. That just hurt my stomach listening to that. It just hurt my stomach because you have to think something so devastating. I don't even think New York will be able to take that. I don't even think New York is. I don't think we're ready to take that. I don't even think we're ready to take that. And I don't mean no pun intended because it was saying from the beginning. Well, I did see. Remember, I told you guys in the live. Well, Clive is the one that hired Andre Harrell, and Andre Harrell, put Diddy on. But one thing that I always notice, even in, let's take it all the way back to the clubs, breaking it down to a club. If the bouncer is mean to you, that means that the person in the club is his boss, and the person performing, they're mean to them. The energy transfers down. So that hurt people saying is so important in this documentary. It's not, it's way past about the females lying. It's way past that. It's about just Diddy as a person and what hurt him to the point where he just felt like going beyond this point, I'm gonna be hurting everybody. I mean, this thing it messed the bad boy legacy. When I watched the documentary, I'm sitting there with my tooth hurting and I'm just watching it like, what? Did I miss out on that? Like, what? Number one, if you're not in the streets, you don't play in the streets. You don't you gang members be, having gang members a part of your establishment, especially when you're dealing with millions and millions of dollars, that can turn on you right away. Right away. That can bring everything down in the snap of a finger. That was one of the scariest things. And why? How do you guys feel about just Biggie at the time when he went to LA? This documentary made it seem like Diddy was kind of like forcing him or trying to get him there no matter what to get to LA. That's crazy. Even the part when they with the Usher, I know we're hearing this more. The Usher part is being brought up a little bit more because I see Usher, with social media, how we used to live with him at 10 years old. But when I really think back to that, why are you living with the producer at 10 years old? I mean, it's not like he said it was called like a fun place. It was kind of like how Michael Jackson said his. I'm like, what the hell is happening to this industry? And allegedly, I don't even know. After this, I'm thinking like, oh, Andre Harrell, yeah, he was gay. Clive was gay. Clive actually openly came out gay a few years back. I remember reading about him. So the thing when Freddie P said, Diddy brought that whole homophobic thing into the industry. I don't know because if you take it back to in the well, if he means the hip hop industry, he could probably be correct, y'all. I know it sounds very harsh the way he was going with it, but this documentary is crazy. Like I'm really like I was stuck. Like wow, Swamp Stories. The way they put everything together. I mean, wow, 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 wow. I just to think that Diddy when Diddy was in the studio with him and Andre Harrell, and Tupac got robbed and shot. To think that he had an inkling or knowing that Tupac was there, that's scary in itself. And I know when they say hurt people, it's so true on every level. Every level, hurt people, hurt people. Sometimes people hurt you just because they want you to make them same mistakes they made, and then it's like this trauma bonding thing. You can't. And oh my goodness, it's a lot of the people that really outed Diddy. A lot of the people that worked with him. A lot of the people that were close to him were behind the scenes. So I don't know what people are asking for. Because people say, they want the people that was closest to him. You can't expect us as the supporters to know. I did not know all of this. I'm thinking, with the raid, they're looking for just tapes, but it's more than just tapes. It's more than just tapes. It's more than just tapes. You don't pay somebody $30 million just to keep their mouth shut for just a few tapes of some sex. Mm-mm. So when you guys got to take a look at it, man. This Swamp Stories, uh, they put this together so well that this defines the whole Bad Boy saga from his ex-wife that passed away. She seemed like a sweet person that didn't really have the power to even know what was going on, but they say that he was allegedly, taping every move she had, private investigators. When you have a guy of power and he's trying to find out what his ex is doing or what his girl, it's not going to be that hard for him to pay somebody to have private investigators to tap her phone. And even the guy like from New Jack, the dude from um, New Jack City, when he said, I ain't like your light skin ass anyway. I guess his name is Chris something. They're saying allegedly they caught him, in Diddy's lap, giving him, So my whole thing is, in hip hop, there's a lot of bisexual people. That's what I'm starting to realize. In hip hop, there's a lot of dudes up in there because it's not just Diddy. I mean, if you're gonna, you can't just put it all on Diddy. We seen it happen with R. Kelly. Now the thing is the list. Who is gonna be on that list? And I don't even know if I want to see the list. I don't know if I want to see this list. This list could have rappers and things that I listen to, and I don't want to really see them in a different light if they haven't presented it for themselves in a weird way. I mean, this thing is hurtful all the way around. When that list drop, it's gonna be crazy. It is going to be crazy, and the list might have more than just rappers. It could be something else crazy in there. You never know. You never know. My whole thing is, you can't win if you ain't right within. Even if you're winning right now, if you don't keep up to that same regimen and you just start going left and start hurting people, that's gonna end up coming back to you. Those type of things end up coming back to you, man. I'm just sad. That whole trust me, and then after it ended, it like went into like some other documentary that had like two parts to it on the whole Diddy thing. I'm like, wow, this I can't take no more. Thing, come on. But I mean, from Clive going behind Andre's back and giving Diddy the power to open up his label, then to turn around and find out that I don't even think when Clyde gave him Diddy the power to open the label, I don't think he meant hip hop. Because if you notice, Diddy's first acts, they were like they were very singish, like like the Mary, Heavy, Jodeci. These acts were like R&B. I don't think that those guys giving him the power as a young guy coming up didn't think it was gonna go into hip hop, and when it did, because they're saying that when Biggie turned in his album, they didn't like it because it was too, had too much curses and things like that. So that's hip hop. So they didn't want that. They was wanting him to push more towards R&B, and he went towards hip hop, but ended up allegedly doing the same thing that they did to him to certain people that he came in contact with, because that's probably the only way he knew of actually getting that particular. Remember I told you in rap you don't get, all you have is money power. This is a different type of power. This is the power of holding some things over someone's head so they can talk, because they, I mean, when you really think about it, it's a male dominated culture, and alpha male dominated culture, and we all know as human beings not everybody is who they say they are. So if he did sleep with rappers that we might have seen on the everyday basis making music, well, they won't want for any type of money to get that information out to us, for us to look at them different, and it would, in those times, it would have ruined their career. I don't think it would ruin their career in these times, but I think in that particular time, yes, that would have ruined their career. So, with that being said, that's a different type of power when you hold things. You learn that if you have political ties in your family, you learn about having power, using your leverage to make things, you know, and man, I don't know where he picked that up from, but it hurts your own people. It hurts your own people, man, because a lot of people in the end, like I feel like there's more hurt people in this situation and victims in this situation than we think there are. There's people right now looking at as it plays out, and they have been allegedly probably at a party or been seen something. Wow, the Craig Mack part of it was just totally um, that was totally scary. They say with Craig Mack, Diddy wanted him to change management, and Craig Mack didn't want to do it because the managers that he came in is the people he came in with. They were mostly the people that he was used to, and that whole thing drew out to be a big thing. Craig Mack ended up passing away, and that's a lot. Another thing too. Um, Back to the Usher. I'm not gonna lie, like I never heard anything on Usher and the Diddy thing, but it's certain things that certain people make up, like I said, to get leverage on people and to do things to people. But after a while, it's like a lot of people to get in this entertainment business did things that they might have not necessarily expected to do. Because at that early age, I wouldn't just put it all on Usher like he just had walked in and expected that was going to happen. He was experiencing something from that grown men do at a young age. So anything that's been done or have been done to him, whether he choose to say it or not, I won't blame that on Usher because he's too much at a young age. Now I'm seeing all the little things that they're saying has been going on to even to say no. So I could see how a person with that much status, with a female looking up to that person in the room, how hard it is for them just to say no to the things that that person, proposes to them. Like when they say, why didn't they read the contracts? They had bad contracts. You got to understand too. I'm starting to realize that, nah, there's no choices in between you leaving that room to get the contract looked up. It's now or never. Sign here or forget it. And that's wrong in itself. So we see these type of things happen, but they all surround some kind of hurt. You know that old saying, like when you work and you treat the janitor like you would treat the CEO, or you treat the workers, everybody the same. That's how you should conduct your life. This is more than what I thought, like just drugging people to have sex with certain people or do something to certain people. This more looks like I need this power to protect me, because if people know who I am, I'm gonna be pulling these people with me. That's what this power seems like. It seems like this power was way abused a long time ago. I'm talking even before Biggie Smalls passing. That's what it's feeling like to me after just watching this documentary. It well put together. I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's false. But I'm just saying swamp stories. Wow. Even Kevin Hart was trying to make a joke out of it. I'm pretty sure Kevin Hart, looking back at it now, is like, hmm. It's like, wow. Mm-mm-mm. And to shine even the female saying that, I seen him shoot me in the face allegedly. At that time of him having money, they had enough power to wipe it under the rug. So you cannot blame any of these women for coming out now, or any men for coming out now, because they didn't have that even power to step forward and it hit the light. It's because of social media, because of us, our continuous, that makes people feel a little more to step out there. People think when people get, the R word towards them, and people hurt people, that doesn't, that lives with them for a lifetime, way longer than money could ever, money could never buy something like that. If you've been hurt like that, there's nothing money you can take with money to erase that. So there's no price on that. There's no. I don't want to make this. This is not a money issue just because there's big money involved. This is a hurt issue. This is bigger than just culture. This is how a hurt person could could look like they're going the right way, but just lead it into a path of destruction. And guess who gets hurt when he gets destroyed? All of us. All of us. All of us that that loved and championed him for his accomplishments, the artists he put on, the type of music he made, the type of clothes he wore, the type of influence that he pushed out there. We all applauded him for it. So we're the ones that's hurt in the end as well with him too. We might not be doing the time or whatever God has for him ahead of this, but it's almost like you tricked us. Nobody likes to get tricked in a bad way. Like, you tricked us. Like, you told us you was somebody else, or you acted like you was somebody else, but you really wasn't. You was hurting the same people that you swore you were, you was out there supporting and, championing the culture. It's scary out there, y'all, especially in entertainment. It's very scary. I feel like in these times going forward in 2025, I'm never gonna stop supporting my culture. I'm never gonna stop supporting my black people, but I'm definitely gonna be more eyes on where I put my money, and who I put my money into, because a lot of people are fake, man. A lot of people fake energy, fake love, fake this, fake that. And then to downplay all the things that makes you a better person, like education makes you a better person. Not taking advantage of people makes you a better person. Being who you truly are inside makes you a better person. You don't have to go out there and just rip people off or take advantage of people just to say I have more power than you. Earn your power through the good things and the good deeds you do. If somebody hurts you, don't go out there and hurt another person, because you just continue the cycle. If somebody hurts you, go out there and do better for somebody else. Go out there and do better for somebody else. Break the cycle right there when somebody hurts you. If a guy put, ladies, a guy put his hands on you, okay, you hit me. You hit me. Don't go. Don't look back. Don't look back. Don't look back no matter what. Don't look back. I know they're going to say this and that. Don't look back. That man going to end up hurting you, your kids, everything to go for your future, everything. Don't look back. I don't care how much money these guys got to show you the money. If you got good people behind you, good people that love you, a good man behind you, I'll give you everything I have, even if it's a little bit. Then these guys giving you a little 10% and you feeling like that's a lot, and then they take advantage of you in the end. Find your king, queen. Find your king. These are not it. What you see on TV, on the screen is not it. Find your king. And for the fellas, don't be like that. That's not cool. That's not cool, taking advantage of people. Especially like if a female doesn't want to sleep with you, or if you if somebody, if you have a record label and somebody, a female comes there to make her dreams come true, don't take advantage of that. Don't play with what God's gift has for these people. Because the minute you start tampering with what God has for these people is the minute God's going to start taking care of you. Don't take advantage of people's dreams. Life, it's beyond what we can see. We don't know what's next to come. We don't want to move forward hurt and all these bandages on us. It hurts our culture when we see the people that we look up to and the people that we champion all the time, and they end up doing this in front of the public, and it makes us look stupid. It's crazy. And then who they get mad at? Us. But we're not the ones that did it. We always champion these people. But then they go out there and do this, and then you see these things come up and you're like, what? And then you go back and it looks, what could you do? Now you're stuck in the middle of, man, I can't believe it. How could you say you're doing this for the neighborhood, for our black community, this and that, and behind the scenes you're hurting females? It's hypocritical. It is hypocritical, and it's scary. Scary in the sense of you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. In these times, trust is everything. Trust is worth more than money in these times. If I can't trust you, how am I? How do you want? I could lay down with you, but I ain't closing my eyes with you. I ain't turning my back on you. Trust is everything. The people I'm around, I can give my bank card, take this out, take that. I can leave things around because they love me. Don't let and this is another thing, don't let nobody fool you. If you're in a place of love and that might be your pet, that might be your best friend, that might be, stay there. Stay there. Let somebody break that lock and code for your heart before you step outside of that. Let them show you equal or even more love before you step outside that circle. Be careful of what you do. Dating is cool, but locking it down and being in love with somebody is a totally different thing. Make sure you know who you're going to fall in love with. Don't just look at these guys just because they have money. You can get all of that stuff on your own. Trust me, you could. You start to realize you probably don't even need all that amount of money for where you want to be. You probably don't even need 1% of that. And you're more happy than all of them. The reason why they can't find themselves because they lost themselves in the beginning. They got to take back steps to get back there, then to start back again. They don't know that. They celebrities. Only a few of them get it. Not everybody. You see a lot of people very quiet about the situation. I know why. Let me see. This had like almost 8 million people watching. Let me see how much is on. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna give you the exact numbers, y'all. I'm late on this. 5.3 million people. You kidding me? Nah, this is bigger than we think. I just wanted to bring that to you guys this morning, man, because that thing, it's more than it just hurt my heart. That thing, it's some things in there that surprised the F out of me. I think if Biggie was still living, it's either he would have been caught up in this mess too. Honest, I'm speaking from the heart now. It's either he would have caught up in this mess too, or have been gone and left this guy a long time ago, because he would have already had enough money so he can break away from this nonsense. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how much money you can't use your money to overpower people. You can build people up. How come you don't see a lot of celebrities? They out there talking about black this, black that. I'm not. Well, I'm not gonna say a celebrity never bought my clothes because shout out to Young Jock for supporting the brand. I'm not talking about every celebrity, but you should see a lot more celebrities like just go. Not even just my fashion line. Just go in and helping out other people that they feel like is in the neighborhood. Not just throw a turkey in the neighborhood, but actually look online and figure out. Wait, this person seems like they're legit. Boom! If you want to do that. Because when we really starting to break this down, we all going to be fooled in the end and realize this ain't had nothing to do with black and white. This ain't got nothing to do with money. Everything to do with the human experience. It has to do with where you come from, how you coming up, and how you treat people. If you wake up tomorrow and say, you know what, from this day on, I'm treating people, I'm just going to close my eyes and give people the respect until they break it, or I'm just going to be more happier than I was yesterday, treat people a little better than I was, even though I'm hurt inside. If you try that daily on a daily regimen, you're going to become a better person. Don't let nobody lie to you. Don't let nobody lie to you. My mouth is a little hoarse because my mouth, I said, this whole side is hurting me with my tooth and everything. I'm just trying to get on here, just to drop a little jewels on you, because that thing, that, when I tell you, be careful of the people who dress up and act like they have this good-hearted persona about them. Because 9 out of 10 times, you don't got to do that. It's in you. It's in you. I get support from my brand from good people. Seriously. And it's not just black people. I don't know if it's just, like the other day, I got like a comment. It was a mean comment, but I read it and I thought to myself, you know what? There's gonna be a lot of this. It's a small channel. It's growing now. We all growing now, but some people just like to say hurtful stuff to see if it attaches to you and see if it hurts you. And if it doesn't, they move on. And sometimes they're not just giving them a benefit of the doubt. Sometimes they're not as evil as the comment they put there. Just what they're going through, and they don't know how to get it out. And some way, somehow, they write out some crazy stuff. But you know what? We all go through things. It's how we come out of these things, man. Taking advantage of people is not the way. I tell you right now. That type of energy that he left Freddie P and I'm pretty sure so many other people, it's all about how they deal with that energy now. And just to give a good word to those people that they feel like they've been hurt. God don't put you through things that you can't handle. And I won't take that type of energy and turn it towards Diddy, or just turn up getting yourself in trouble over past situations. I would take that same type of energy and just move on and do what you got to do. find yourself in a place more creative where you can do the same type of creative work. Like just say, okay, you love making music. You can put that creativity of making your own music. You can make your album and use it, use it maybe like how I would say animation or to sell a product or just build yourself back slowly. There's nothing wrong with starting over. There's nothing wrong with it. We all here, you know. It's not like your fans just disappear. You know what I mean? It's crazy, and even the cause okay, so for the first making of the band, like I told you guys, I was at that video shoot, and I was actually on the Dave Chappelle show. They kind of had like a similar run, but I was on a different show with Dave Chappelle. My episode was the real world episode. I didn't have dreads at the time, but you could recognize me from the face. And it was me, Charlie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, actually, it was a few of us and a few friends, and around that time with the making of the band, when they were shooting the video, um, we went out there and we caught a scene like in the, I guess that's like the batting cage. You could see us in the batting cage and just looking in the, and I'm thinking this is gonna be a dope group because we had already saw them on TV, so we was happy for their success and trying to, but I didn't know all this time they was getting robbed for all the money that they had. I did not know none of that. So this is the things that the outsiders, we didn't know that. We just seen it from face value and seeing you guys on TV. But that's sad too, because now it leaves them like with no leg to stand on after it's all over. Just because somebody's greedy to feed their family. But the money never go too far though, trust me. Even if you feed your family with dirty money, eventually that money, it is never good, man. Don't feed your family with dirty money. Don't let them people tell you money is money, because at the end of the day, who you are is more important than the money you spend. Be good to people, y'all. Be good to people. That's all it's about. That's what this live is all about. Just being good to people, and don't go out there and try to get over on somebody. If you say you're gonna do something, just do it for them. If you can't do it, don't do it. But just in the, I don't know where is it, if this is gonna end up in if it's gonna turn criminal or not. But all I got to say is not looking good, and that Swamp Stories documentary is chilling, man. You guys stay tuned. I'll be dropping in another hour the animation. It's a really funny, dope animation, and I hope you guys like it. Love you guys, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Support the brand. Don't I only have the hat on right now. Inspired by Dreamzzz. That's right here. You see, the 3Z's dot shop. Y'all already know what it is. I'm gonna leave a link down under this live right here of the website. You guys can go check out some of the drip. Love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.